Hey, Watch Collectors Guild family, this is James here. We are over 150 subscribers, and that is just amazing. So thank you to each and every one of you for subscribing and making this channel go to better places to continue to grow. Thank you for that. Thanks for joining me on my adventure in watch collecting, and it is a pleasure that you would watch these videos and throw in your advice in the comments about your own adventures in watch collecting and questions you have and whatever it is. Thank you so much, guys. So today I have an unboxing for you, and it has been a while since I've done an unboxing, and I'll get into that, the reason why, at the end of the video. But yeah, so if you want to know why, stick around to the very end. And for those that are just like, come on dude, open the box, all right, let's get into it. So I got in front of me a G-Shock. Let's see what's in there. There's the model number, GA2100RGB-1A. So this is actually the first of this style of G-Shock that I've purchased. And actually this may be the first like brand new G-Shock I've purchased. Alright. Got your international warranty card. And your manual printed for you collectors that like that. Okay. Price tag $110. So I purchased this directly from CasiOaK.com US. So you buy from you buy direct or you buy from an authorized retailer, you get the full warranty. So always something to keep in mind when you're buying a watch. Okay, yeah, the tin, it's got a nice little tin, so that's kind of cool. And going in. Alright, nice and protected. Yeah, it's still kind of... Let's get it nice and polished. Okay, so we got a matte dial, so this might be a little difficult to film, but I'll do my best. So, okay, yeah, there we go. So nice matte color. So as you can tell from the model number on that box I tossed, it's got RGB in it, so this is a gamer-inspired lineup. And RGB meaning red, green, blue. For instance, this keyboard. Let's get it going. There you go. All the fancy light shows for you people also obsessed with tech and gaming hardware. You know all about RGB, don't you? So yeah, I'm into that, I'll get my hands dirty putting together a PC. doing my own builds. So this one stood out to me, and it's not too flashy, you know, it's subtle compared to some of these others I've seen. This style of case is what the community calls the CasiOaK. So similarity to the Royal Oak, except, you know, much cheaper, or less expensive, I should say. So yeah, this is a light G-Shock, and as I understand, the GA2100 series was introduced in 2019, and you have a combination here of digital and analog. So you get the best of both worlds. It's hard to see on this, but you got in here a little digital time. It's a negative contrast, so that's why it's hard to see. But of course, I can see it fine. I don't think you'd have any trouble. You do have a light. Let's see what that light looks like. Oh, well, I'm not even pressing light. Sorry, y'all. Okay, there we go. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, focus. And let me get that in full darkness. You've got your hour and your minute hand. And let's get the light button going. Okay. This is what it looks like with the light pressed. Let's see. So you got, it has this like kind of color combination. Almost reminds me of like a Gundam or something like that. That's kind of cool. Like the Japanese like contrast to it. Japanese styling kind of tech. Let's see. Yeah, the back here, case back. Carbon core guard. It is cased in China with a Japanese movement from a Japanese company. Let's see, the watch case and the strap. Let's see, you can remove the strap here. They have these quick releases. Yeah, it's definitely light. I didn't know it was glossy. I wasn't expecting it to be glossy. I guess I couldn't tell that from the picture online. I probably should have read that, but as I look online now, it does say gloss, cool gloss color. So I guess I missed that. So it's shock resistant. It's got 20 bar water resistance. So 200 meters. It is light and strong. Easy to see in the darkness. Not sure on this design. And it is casual, they call it. So yeah, definitely is casual. So the dimensions, and this is all available online, but it is, let's see, a length. So 48.5 millimeters, a width of 45.4, and a height thickness of 11.8 millimeters. So it doesn't look huge, like when you hear the 45 millimeter on the width, and that's maybe just because of the design, the octagonal design. So it's, tapers in, so not being so rounded, it doesn't look as big. And so the case bezel material is carbon and resin. And you'll see, so you got a battery life of 3 years. And anything else notable? So I guess the features standard of the GA2100, you've got world time. So you change the time by choosing a major city within the different time zones. And if you have daylight savings time in that time zone, you can also adjust for that by saying yes or no to daylight savings. You got a countdown timer. You've got let's see, the full auto calendar up to 2099. You've got an accuracy of plus or minus 15 seconds per month, so it's quartz movement. So yeah, you'd expect that kind of accuracy. You got a stopwatch, and you can set up to 5 daily alarms, and you can have an hourly time signal. Let's see, what else? Yeah, you can do 12 or 24 hour formats on the digital clock. And it is cool, like when you change the time. So you're going to be focusing on the little digital display there, and it's going to move the hour and the minute hand depending on what you choose. So like if I hit this adjust, let's see, go to time. Let's do adjust. Let's set it to London. And it should be ready to go. Okay. So it's going to London time. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's fun. So no second hand, so you don't have to, if that quartz second hand 1 second tick bothers you, you don't have to worry about that on this watch. From at least the analog. You have it on the digital, but it's really small there. So yeah, this is so light, and it's that 51 gram weight. Let's throw it on the wrist. Oh yeah. So I got my Seiko Sports 5 gold two-tone, what people call the Dress KX, or one of them at least. I'll be doing a review on that. You can look at it while I put this on. And I wanted to see what this CasiOaK hype was all about. And yeah, that looks. So I was a little concerned with the glossiness, but on the wrist it's not too bad. And honestly, I'm sure over time it's not gonna be too bad. But that is cool. It's so light. Yeah, and the 45 millimeter, like I was saying earlier, it doesn't really look like a hole, like a rounded 45 millimeters would be. You shaved off the corners with the octagon. So pretty cool. Let's hit that light again. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, first impressions. So I like it. It is a little more muted than I expected. So I was thinking maybe some of these colors would pop a little bit more. And the glossiness, I don't know. Gotta get used to that. But I can see why people like these. And G-Shocks in general. But as to why it's taken me a while to buy a watch, and that's really just changing my consumer behavior, I guess you could say. You know, it's just felt like with this, you know, by nature of watch collecting, you're buying a bunch of watches, but kind of I could slow down a bit, you know, and just practicing delayed gratification, you know, just hold off. And also, you could call it time preference, where with the low time preference, you can hold off longer. You can save that money versus high time preference. You know, high time preference, you gotta buy it now. But lower time preference, just hold off and wait till you see something you really like, or if you're saving for a big acquisition for your collection. You know, it's rewarding to kind of like just focus on that one thing you're looking for versus getting distracted by all these other new brands of watches that are coming out and targeted advertising, because they have so much consumer data now, these watch companies, that a data scientist can put together a idea of like what's particular consumers are looking for, what their audience is looking for. So keep that in mind. You know, think about the long term, like what you really want in your collection. At least I do, and trying to think about now, like, hey, what's different? You know, like I don't want to get a bunch of the same watch, and I don't want to be the victim of these. There's two major schemes. It seems like not really schemes. I should say, that's kind of strong, but two major strategies. One, I think, is the value trap. So they throw in an attractive price for a watch based on its individual parts, you know. So like you're seeing, okay, it's got the sapphire crystal, it's got the whatever exhibition case back, good movement, and so forth. But it's like, what's unique about that watch? You know, it could be nothing at all. It just is a good deal. So you got to be careful of that. You know, I think with collecting, like, style, and it is important, because that's the artistry behind it. That's the, you know, the master designers and watchmakers. They have they're gonna have a vision, and that's something they create that's completely unique, and and then maybe a lot of these other brands are just kind of copying it. So kind of look at that. And what was the other one? So that's value. Oh, and then FOMO. So there's a lot of these like limited editions and so forth coming out, which actually, Casio does that quite often too. This is a popular model, so they can just play around with the color schemes, and there's so many different combinations they have to go with. But you see that in other watchmakers too. Their watch brands, so just like, oh, whatever. It's unique. There's only 200 of them, so buy it. But think about it like, hey, are you going to be wearing this? And is this, as far as your collection, is this just like redundant? So going forward, I'm going to be looking for a dress watch. I think right. That's kind of the genre of watches that's missing from my collection. So something I could throw on. I could put on with a suit or tuxedo and so forth. Is something kind of slim and fancy. So, all right, y'all. I'll get a long-term review for this watch. Maybe 6 months from now or something. And look out for more content on the way too. I have some other long-term reviews to do, and some watches I've had in my collection that I really haven't made a video for. So I'll finally do that. All right, guys. If you've stuck around this long, please consider subscribing. And happy watch collecting. Bye-bye.